Auction time. This is the 6W series auction. 6W01. This is a biface made of heat treated Kyokuk. I have not measured it. So I don't know how long it is. It's 3 and 5/8 by 2 and 3/8. And let's do the width to thickness ratio. It's about 60 millimeters of, let's see, I think that's 7. It's by 7 millimeter. 60 by 7. Yeah. So let's see. 60 by 7. It's 8 to 1. Almost 9 to 1. If it was 63 millimeters, it'd be 9 to 1. So I'm just offering this by itself as a biface because it can be made into different things. But it it remained pretty wide. So it's kind of a rare thing to see Kyokuk thin, wide, and smooth. Usually you can't get all three. So I said I can just offer this by itself. And I did preliminary sharpening around the edges. All right, just quick picking. It's not really fine picking on the edges, and you can make whatever you want out of it. It looks like it might be a preform for a Snyder's or something like that, right? Yeah, usually you can't get all three flat. I mean, can't get all three smooth, um, thin, and wide, right? If it's smooth and wide, it's usually not thin. If it's smooth and narrow, uh, if it's smooth and narrow, I don't know. It just, I was just thinking about that. I can't. My brain stopped working after I made this one. I made another one this morning, so. But you get the idea. Yeah. All right. Here we go. I am very tired. Let's see. 6W02. Let me get a better view of this for the thumbnail. Okay. These are all Wilson style points. I made this one this morning. Yeah, this one I made this morning. These two I think are on video. Yeah. They're all the same type of chert. Root beer chert. Yeah. Out of chunky pieces that usually people throw these away. All right, so 2 and 3/8. Same with that one. This one's almost 2 and 3/4. So these are the same length. Yeah, this one that I made this morning, trying to incorporate all the lessons I learned, wide base and keeping it thick, although it's not that thick. Yeah. It's hard for me to keep them thick because I like to remove any defects from the surface. And when I do that, it thins it down a lot. Yeah. Okay, so these are all three together under the same item number. All Wilson style points. (6W03). This is the shark tooth effigy point I made on video of heat treated Kyokuk. Yeah. I've made several of these, and they usually become pendants, right? Because they make this really thick, and there's a little bit of a concavity there. Real shark teeth have that concavity, and they're not symmetrical. And sometimes they have little serrations on the edges of the teeth. But these side points are kind of exaggerated. Real ones don't have a lot of, uh, I don't know, points on the side there. Some of them do. Some of them have points, but they look a little different than this. This is an art piece. Yeah, but it's a shark tooth effigy. Yeah, and I ground it down here on the base and around the ears. And it can be mounted like a point, but like I said, most of these become pendants. Yeah. All right. 6W04 Martindale point that I made on video. Yeah, translucent root beer chert. Let's see, did I put the light behind these other ones? I don't know if I did. They're the same kind of chert. All these, they got little specks in them. Okay, so yeah, Martindale, I decided to offer this one separately. I was going to group a bunch of these together. You know, this one with the Wilson with the Merrill point as well, but no, I'll just offer them separately. I like Martindales a lot. As long as I can get the stem correct. If the stem starts to look a little wonky or if it doesn't look right, I tend to give up on these and make something else out of them. Because the stem has to look just right for me to be satisfied with it. Yeah. I think I'm running out of daylight here, so I'm going to wrap this up quickly. Or try to. Let's see. 2 3/8. Okay. 6W05. This is the Merrill point I did on video. This one is 2.5, and I I worked on the tip a little bit off camera and sharpened it up a little bit more and thinned it down a little bit more and made it more pointy. Right, but that's the only thing I did off camera to this. Everything else is on video. Yeah, and it's interesting point style. It's not symmetrical. These ears are always kind of wonky. Sometimes they're not on the same plane as the blade. In fact, sometimes they're very twisted. I tended to make this one run nice and straight. Yeah, that's the way that I usually do it on video. But the actual points are very wonky. But yeah, another bit of root beer chert from discarded chunks. And last but not least, 6W06 is a Neff point. Neff from the Southwest. It's made from Georgia chert, but it's in the Southwest style. It's a little bit bigger than the usual Neff point. These points are quite small usually. And they are arrow points. Yeah, for arrows. Even when they're really tiny. Yeah. So it's got serrations. Most of these are not symmetrical, these Neff points. They look like they're made quickly, but I found out that if I try to make it quickly, it'll snap. So they were made skillfully, but they were not too picky about the symmetry. Yeah. Some of these have really, really pointy tips, but I I didn't want to make the tip too narrow because it snaps too easily. And it's not easy to notch this type of Georgia chert. This is raw butterscotch, which is really nice for larger blades, but the smaller stuff is more difficult to nap, especially when it comes to the notching. Yeah, but I wanted to get practice doing the notching on this material, so. All right, that's it for the items. Let's go over the rules a little bit. Rules. There's a better description of the rules in the description box. These are my cheat notes. There will be an auction every Monday, no matter what. Look at my previous auction videos to see how they work. Bid in the comment section. If you can't bid in the comment section, you will not be able to participate, obviously. I can bid for you as a last resort if you email me. Okay. But yeah, try to do your own bids so that doesn't appear to be any conflict of interests. If I bid for you, uh, I will not bid for you closer than 5 minutes prior to the close of the auction. So, uh, you know, some people like to wait till the last minute to bid, but you won't be able to if I'm bidding for you. That's another thing to take into consideration. Okay. But my email, if you want to email me, is it's on the last page. Yeah, right here. jackcrafty2@gmail.com. Okay. If you can't bid, just let me know. You know, um, there's ways to tell that if you can't, if people can't see what you are commenting. I'll get into that in a minute. Bid under one or more of my pre-populated comments. You know, I put the comments in the comment section that relate to the items, and you bid under those. You bid under the comment that has your item number. Okay. Uh, Please always include the item number if you are not sure you have placed your bid under the proper comment. Right? So if you're not sure how it works, if you can't seem to figure out how to bid under the proper comment, then just make sure you put the item number in with your bid. Okay? I will like your comment if I see it. Okay, this is where we get into, can I see your bids or not? Uh, if I see it, I'll put a like on it. Sometimes you'll have to wait a little while because I might not check the auction every 15 minutes. Sometimes I'm busy for up to 2 hours and I don't check the comments until like 2 hours later, and then you'll see a like on it. But for the most part, I try to get to the auction and look at everything at least once every hour. As the time approaches the end of the auction, I check a lot more frequently, like every 5 minutes. But in the beginning of the auction, I might step away to do something else or something might come up. All right, so just be patient in the beginning. As the time approaches the end of the auction, if you don't see a like on your comment, that means I didn't see it. Okay, so then enter another comment like, can you see this comment? You know, just type that out. Can you see this? And if I don't respond to that one either, that means I can't see your bids or your comment. Okay, so you gotta either try bidding with someone else's phone or get on your computer or maybe refresh your phone, not refresh, but restart your phone. Maybe you're just not connected to YouTube very well or something's glitchy there. Try something because it's usually on your end that if you're not able to comment. Okay. All right. I will like your comment if I see it. I will heart your comment if you win. Okay. That's the only notification you'll get. Right. Is the heart on your winning bid if you win. Okay. If you don't see a like on your comment or bid as the time reaches the end of the auction, this means that I cannot see your bids. Okay, I already went over that. If you suspect that your bid is not seen, try a comment with, did you see this bid? Yada, yada, yada. I went over that too. Try not to bid at the last minute. There's a couple of issues with that. One is I'm using YouTube's time tracker and it's not always accurate. So it could say that you're late, even though you're not late. The YouTube's time tracker is up to 2 minutes off sometimes. Okay, so it could say that you're up to 2 minutes late. Yeah. When you and I both know you're on time. But I use YouTube's time tracker because that's what everybody sees. It makes it fair that way. It might not seem fair because, sometimes YouTube is glitchy, but I have to go by what everybody sees. Okay? Shipping is free in the US. Oh, yeah. International shipping will have a cost of $10 or $20 depending on weight. I will provide tracking numbers for everybody. Yeah, so international shipping is getting very expensive. The cutoff between heavy and light is usually 1 pound. So anything a pound or under, I charge $10 extra. If you're the winner, right? And if it's over a pound, I'll charge you $20. Over and above your bid, okay? You're still going to get a savings on the shipping, similar to the savings that people in the US get. Okay? All right. For payments, I accept PayPal. I can send you a link to paypal.me as well. I accept Venmo, Cash App, checks, money orders, or cash. All right. Let's see. The auction ends at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, right on the top of the hour. Now, it's different, though, depending on your time zone. I said Eastern Time, but in Central Time, the auction ends at 8 if you're on Central Time. If you're on Mountain Time, the auction ends at 7. If you're on Pacific Time, the auction ends at 6. Okay? So it ends at different times depending on your time zone. I will begin announcing winners at 9:01 p.m. Eastern, or 8:01 or 7:01 or 6:01. I will hit the heart button if you win. This is the only notification you will receive. Please keep an eye on your comments and bids. Okay? Now, if you're new, this is very important. And there's a trend toward new guys either not understanding how it works or withdrawing their bids, or something is going on. Maybe we didn't arrange payment, they didn't email me or whatever. If you're new and you win, we need to make arrangements for you to pay before I send out the item. Okay? If you've already done business with me, it's different because I've already done business with you, and we have a understanding or a history, and there's no problem with shipping. But if you're new nowadays, I used to just send out all the items no matter what. But nowadays, since this trend is continuing, I am not going to send anything to a new person unless we've made payment arrangements and everything gets paid first. Okay. My email is jackcrafty2@gmail.com. If you are new, please email me your name, your address, etc. Okay? Especially if your YouTube name is different from your real name. Let me know what your real name is, of course, and tell me your YouTube name as well. Sometimes a new guy will say, "Hey, this is Bob. What do I do to pay?" And you didn't include the item number, you didn't include your YouTube name, so I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is that you're new. And if there's only one new bidder in the comment section, then yeah, I know it's you. But there's usually a lot more than just, well, not a lot, but there's usually more than one new person. Okay, so please include the information when you send me an email. So if you win, you must send me an email so that we can get in touch with each other and you can get sent the item. Okay? All right. So there you go. As far as bidding at the last minute, you can bid as many times as you want at the last minute, and I'm only going to take the bid that you post that beats the other guy. So to try to combat people sniping, you can bid more than once toward the end of the auction, and whatever bid wins against the other guy is what you'll be charged. You won't be charged, at the highest level that you've bid. Okay, and I'm telling you this as a strategy. Some people have very bad luck, and they get sniped a lot. So if you're one of those people, just bid more than once toward the end of the auction, and hopefully someone won't outbid you by $1 or $2 at the last minute. Okay. If you can think of anything else to ask, you can ask in the comment section below. Okay. Any problems or anything, just try to resolve them in the comment section. I'll reply to comments in the comment section that are not bid related, that kind of thing. Or you can email me. All right. I hope you liked this week's items, and good luck.